So it's almost 8. I was up around 6. I've got the camera cleared off. The segments categorized. This is going to be a weird week because there's only going to be 4 vlogs this week. It's going to be 3 days in a row that are 2 days. So, and they're going to be short too. So I mean, you saw that I slept for like 3 days. That's gonna show up in the vlog. So it's gonna be like 2 and 3 is one day, which is like half asleep, and then like 4 was mostly lost to sleep too, but that'll be for the 5th. But so I mean like it's actually gonna be like 3 days of just like sleep, but it'll be categorized by the day I woke up and all these sorts of things. But I mean that's how things are gonna be. I haven't actually started editing or compiling anything. I'm going to eat first. But I have closed the tabs and the Word document and readied myself to move to the other room. After I eat, I'm going to shower as well. So I'm in the process of swapping over here, like I said, and starting the next phase, which is at least I'm going to be archiving for a while still. That's the only thing that's clear to me right now. But I'm in the process of starting to rebuild the Ultra Reality. It's going to be a while before I get there. Not more than a month, I don't think. But when I do get there, I'll be there, and I'm starting this is a new phase here. The quitting smoking is done. This is a different kind of plastic, but plastic nonetheless. It is the top of a hot sauce container, and I'm opening a new one and finished the last one. I did the water thing there to get the last of it out. You really should be doing that. There's no reason to waste perfectly good hot sauce. Come on, what are you thinking? Regarding this video, now they're talking about Egypt and how it is that Stone Age technology can't cut granite tools, and so therefore the pyramids were some kind of an inside job. It turns out they probably were an inside job. They go through the theory of how it was built from the inside out. Anyways, I am still not really at the comparative mythology part. As you can see, there's quite a ways to go there. But that seems to be the thing that blew everyone's mind. You know that Stone Age technology can't cut granite. Well, I'm done eating, but it seems like the hot water's out, which is an annoyance. My best guess is probably that somebody's doing laundry. I guess he's really got to put that extra heater back in. I'm gonna wait before I start complaining about it. It's not really such a big deal right now. There's not really a particular reason why I have to shower right this moment. I can wait a few hours, kind of thing. So, rather than get on somebody's ass about something that's a minor inconvenience, I'm okay with just waiting. I kind of like the idea of showering in the middle of the night better, anyways. It kind of minimizes the possibility that. See, I don't really trust these floors. Actually, let me state clearly, it is a matter of time before these floors cave in. And the fact that the tenants on the main floor are all obese. I don't mean a little bit like they're unhealthily and dangerously obese. Like if the guy above me were to fall, like if he were to fall out of his bed, or if he were to like slip on a banana peel, like if he was to fall, I think that the building would be in trouble. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not joking. I think that that's actually true. If you look at the bathroom, here. I think I pointed this out once before. Um, like this is weird. Why is there paneling here? Um, One would expect there to be like a floor, and so I'm left with the conclusion. Okay, well if there's paneling here, then that means there's probably only one floor. So underneath the paneling, there's only one deck of wood, or like platter of wood, and on top of that, there's a bathtub. And I know that it's like a heavy. It's not like one of these like loose kind of showers, and I know that because I've been up there. It's like a big, heavy porcelain bathtub. Um, and like I say, the guy, he's got to be pushing 400 pounds, anyways. So put that all together, and the fact that I know that, like the reason that tape is there on the wall, on the ceiling, is because I've had water coming down here. And the solution was to turn the pipe off. um, but I mean, there's tape on the walls, and you can see that there's been water damage to the floors. So when you put that all together, it is just a matter of time. Um, the truth is that this, my landlord was down here for remortgaging, quote unquote. I don't know exactly what that means, but the actual truth is that this place really should be condemned. Um, if I was a building, I mean, I'm not a building inspector, but it's a good thing I'm not a building inspector. If I was the building inspector and I was down here, um, like, this unit wouldn't exist. And in fact, it would. It's clear as day to me that there's no way that this should be legally for rent, which is fine. That's why it's cheap. I would rather live in a condemned basement that's got lots of space for peanuts than be forced to pay to live beyond my means. And you can put "live" in quotes there because I couldn't live. One cannot live beyond their means. It's this or homelessness kind of thing, or like a little room where I'm, like living in a closet. And it's like, whatever the laws are, they're useful for. I mean, it's good that the laws are there. Don't get me wrong. Um, in a different circumstance, it might be great. In this particular circumstance, what the laws would do is this building would be torn down. It's not like this. There's really no question this building is not safe to inhabit. And with the exact setup where I've got they put a furnace in here, which is heavy, and then they put a porcelain bathtub in there, which is heavy, and then they've got the guy upstairs is heavy. It's like in a building where they should be going out of their way to minimize the stress on the floors, they seem to be just piling more and more stuff in there, and it's clear. It's a matter of time. This place will cave in. So at least if I'm taking a shower in the middle of the night, at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning or something, I'm minimizing the chances of being in the shower while he's in the bathroom. I'm substantially uncomfortable about that premise. The premise of me being in there with, hot water running, hot water steaming. I've got the fan on. I actually leave the window open and everything, but still, nonetheless, and all that weight on what is clearly not a well-supported reality is a little bit nerve-wracking. I acknowledge that, but that's it's a risk I'm willing to take in exchange for the lower rent and the acknowledgement that I will outlive the tenant up above me. and we'll see where things go from there. But it's like I'm not going to pretend it's safe. It isn't, and I'm not going to pretend that this place should exist. Um, which is why I mean I've been thinking about this remortgaging thing. I don't know exactly what that means again, but like if if I get a substantial rent increase, I'm just gonna laugh. Or if I get like an eviction notice or something, it's gonna be like, it's like anything along those lines. If you try anything like that, this unit will cease to exist. I will go right to the, tenant board, and I will get this place shut down. Um, Based on the floors, which are clearly unsafe, the roaches, which like I say, I've got mostly under control, but I mean they're here. Um, you know, it's there were actually some ants in here as well. Like I mean, it's not. I don't know where you're from. You could be from anywhere in the world watching this. I don't know what your labor laws, or sorry, I don't know what your tenant laws are like. But this place does not. It's not up to code with with tenant laws in Ontario, and so I have to hope that nothing fishy. Um, I just want things to stay as they are, right? Keep my rent stable, keep my disability stable, keep everything static. Just don't change things because things are perfect right now. That's what I want. But if things get funny and I get some requests in my mailbox that I don't like, it's I mean landlords are, especially landlords that are distant. Um, like I said, this particular landlord, he owns the building outright, and his family lives in it. So it's not like, not like some distant thing. But if remortgaging means bringing in a property company or somebody that lives in another city, they might not really have any idea. They might just send someone around to look at it, um, and they might look at the prices in the neighborhood and come up with some number that they pull out of their ass, right? Um, I mean, they can't actually do that because the building is older than 1967. Um, there's nothing they can do to increase my rent more than inflation. Um, it's not exactly inflation; it's set by the board on a yearly basis, so they can't do anything about that. But they tried to, or they find some loophole, and I wake up one day and all of a sudden my rent's $900, which um, well, if this place was in Ottawa and it wasn't about to be condemned, it would be about 3 times what it is that I'm paying here. I know that. That's why I moved here, right? But like I say, if someone wants to pull a number out of their ass and decide they want to double my rent or something, it's not. Like I say, that's not happening. What's going to happen is the building will be condemned, or at the very least, I will convince them that the building will be condemned unless they withdraw their request. But like I say, for right now, it's I'd like to get in the shower. It's the symbolic thing. It's the transfer. It's the turnover kind of thing. But I'm actually kind of happy that the hot water's out because I do think that it is less unsafe. Even if I'm dealing with small statistical numbers, it's less unsafe. To get myself in there at a time of day when nobody else is out and about. So yeah, I'm getting back to what I'm doing. What I'm doing right now is editing, and and then I'll transfer over to the other machine, and I'll get things going, spinning. Um, the shower looks like is going to be an end of the day thing. Just came in here for the first time in a month. Yeah, it's been a month since I turned this machine off. She's sounding a little raw. She'll be fine in a few minutes. It is cool in here though. I'm gonna hope that well, I learned this is something that's been learned that if I leave this door closed, then there's a significant temperature differential that builds up as a consequence. So I think I'm actually gonna. It's probably the best thing to do, and I'll keep the door closed. If I just turn the temperature up in here a little bit, it should compensate so long as I keep the door closed. I think that's the right idea. So yeah, I've got the first vlog going. It's gonna be like the first one's like an hour, and then like it's gonna be like 13, 20, and then like 30. So, but and there's only 4 of them for the last 8 days. So it's a little different. Yeah, I'm just gonna get back to what I was doing. So yeah, it's 11:30. I'm not sure why I'm avoiding the camera so much, but I have been, and I should stop. I just made some coffee. So actually, as we saw, it was closer to midnight because I made the coffee. And I actually didn't really get anything done today, except finishing up the vlogs for the last few days. So it looks like all I really did today was editing. But I did get through pretty much all of it. There really weren't any longer vlogs like there were before. The flip side of that is that I kind of napped a little, so I might be up a little later. And I might actually get a little bit of archiving on the DTK site done. If I don't, this is good for a few days. Past my next cutoff point anyways. So I might not get anything else done tonight, but I'll at least be ready to get back to what I was doing tomorrow. So the goal for the rest of the night is just to finish the last couple of vlogs, take a shower, and get as much done as I can. The fact that I'm moving out of the bed though, that's gonna, I mean, I'm not in bed anymore, so maybe I'll be up a little bit later. We'll find out how that works out. This is, it's just a progress update, I guess.